Hey everyone, Travis here. Normally I say like at an event, but it's actually just at a park in Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach area with Voyboy. Just a couple days after his announcement that you will not, or his announcement that he will not be competing in the LCS under the cursed name, and also not looking for other offers. So just gonna dive into some questions here, Voyboy, in kind of a longer form interview to explore what's going on with you. So first off, yeah, there's a lot of confusion around what is actually happening. I noticed that you announced this just a couple days before Warlords of Draenor came out. Gotta feel like there's some coincidence there. You're like, wow, I could just spend a lot of time playing Warcraft. Maybe I should leave the team. What is actually going on?
So first of all, I've never played World of Warcraft, and I definitely don't plan to, at least in the near future. Um, Really, what I tried to convey with my Facebook post, and I just tried to send a message that at this time, I'm not really looking to compete in the LCS for another whole year, and let's say I wanted to play another split and then see where my mind's at. I don't think that would be fair to my team. I wanted to step out now to give them maximum time to find a suitable replacement and to prepare for Worlds and to just kick ass in the next season. Honestly, I think if I stayed on Curse, we would be a top 3 team and go to Worlds almost 100%. I'm pretty sure of it. Um, I felt like last season, last split, I was a top 3, top 4 mid in NA. I felt like our whole team started playing really well, and I feel like we were only improving. And the fact that we worked so hard and didn't make it to Worlds with that 3-2 loss to LMQ, it was really painful. And after that, I kind of got to thinking, these last 4 years, I've just pretty much been playing in competitions, going to tournaments, and competing straight through. I haven't really done much else besides for that. And for me, in the long term, I want to try to build something or do something that I can see myself doing in the future. I don't see my mechanics going away anytime soon. I still plan to play the game, to stream, to try to teach my fans and all that stuff for a long time. And I'm gonna be continue playing League on a daily basis. But for me, I don't see myself competing 10 years down the road or something like that. And I feel like with all the time I put into this, I want to try to see where else I can take it and what I can do with that. And I'm sure if I kept competing, I could play for another few years. I think I'm one of the last people that were still on teams. I think there's Double Lift, Dyrus, a lot of season 1 vets that mostly have left the scene or retired or got weeded out and stuff like that. And for me, it's not the fact that I felt like I couldn't compete anymore. It's really just more of a situation where I've been playing the game for so long, going to tournaments, just working as hard as possible. Pretty much when you're in the LCS, all your time and energy, every waking moment, everything you think about, it's about the game, about competing, how to get better, and just how to win the next game. And for me, that was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I loved that, I lived it, and I pursued it and tried to make the best out of it for the last 3 or 4 years. And I feel like I was rather successful. But for now, I just kind of want to take a break, evaluate what I can see myself doing in the future, whether it's going back to school and going to medical school and trying to become a doctor I envisioned myself doing earlier in my life, or if it's to just stream, enjoy the game, try to join another team if I feel like I still have the drive to compete a season or a split down the road, something like that, or even make my own team and try to see where that takes me. I feel like there's a lot of options available for me, and I'm pretty excited for the future. I know it was really heartbreaking or sad for a lot of my fans, and I didn't want to give the impression that I was done with the game or that I never wanted to compete again or anything like that, but I feel like that's what people took away because I stepped down from my team. Um, and I just wanted to kind of say that I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm still here. I'm going to be streaming, I'm going to be playing League, and pretty much the biggest thing for me is when I started playing this game, I just wanted to be the best, and I wanted to compete, and I felt like I was the best top laner in the world, and I wanted to go to the World Championships and just win and prove to everyone how good I was and how much work I put in and stuff like that. But after playing the game for a few years and just interacting with my fans and just talking to people, that became the biggest driving factor for me. The biggest thing that held me back from doing this earlier is because I felt like I was going to disappoint all the people that counted on me, my fans, my supporters, pretty much just all the people that cheer for me, and after every game, win or loss, they're there, they have my back, and those are the people like you guys that just make me feel like good about all of this and just make me like keep working hard to go forward. And as of right now, I don't want to disappoint anyone. I'm still gonna be playing the game. I'm still gonna be trying to like stay at the top level. But I really just need some time to like figure out what I want to do in the future. And whether that's to compete in LCS, I have no doubt that if I want to compete again, I'll have many opportunities to do so. But for now, it's just kind of a period where I'm just thinking and trying to see what opportunities may come my way, and just trying to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life, I guess. So yeah.
Big blast of information. Let's break it down into some components. No, not at all. I like it. It's good. It's nice to see you sort of unleash everything that I'm sure you've been holding in for a while. So first off, do you have like an ETA on like, oh, like I want to take this split and sort of figure it out, or this year? What do you look at in terms of like how long it'll take for you to sort of figure out what's next for you?
Yeah, sure. So I think for definitely at least for this next split, I'm gonna be not competing. Like I already received a few like LCS team offers, and I'm like, no guys, I really don't want to play like this split. I'm actually taking a break. Like I didn't get benched or anything like that. And they're like, oh, okay, we understand. But I'm sure down the road, if I want to pursue anything like that, there'll be opportunities to do so. I would guess definitely for this next split, maybe for the entire season, I'll just be taking a break from competitive play and just working on like my stream, anything I see. Like if that's going well, then I'll put more work into it. Like honestly, streaming is something that I really enjoy doing. Like competing is incredible, and the thrill of winning and all that is just amazing when you work super hard over the course of a few months and you just go to the event and you just like win and you just feel amazing just standing there cheering on the stage, hugging your teammates. That's pretty much one of the best feelings in the world. But when you lose, it's really heartbreaking, and that's hard to take. Like this last PAX when we were up 2-0 against LMQ, I felt on top of the world, and then we just dropped 3 games in a row, and suddenly our season was over. Like everything we had worked for, all the hard work we had put in, it just didn't really amount to anything, and that was really heartbreaking. But for me, like playing the game for myself, trying to teach my fans, and just streaming and stuff, that's always enjoyable. Like that's something that I love doing, and it's something that I can see myself doing for a long time. But for now, I just want to take some time off and just see what I can see myself doing. Like if it's going to be to stream for the next year and then jump back into competitive play, if it's going to be to stream for a few months and then be like, okay, well, I think I can go to school and keep doing this or stuff like that. Like I don't have everything planned out right now, but I'm definitely thinking through everything. And it's like it might seem weird that I stepped down from an LCS team, like a team that I definitely would say most people would consider to be like a top team in this next season, especially if we just continue building our synergy and with the arrival of Payla and stuff like that. I can definitely understand why people are shocked that someone would like, especially me, that would leave an LCS team. But I just hope that you guys can understand and kind of respect my decision, because it definitely wasn't an easy one. And although I don't have everything planned out for my future, I'm trying to do that. And I don't think it would be fair to my teammates to try to plan everything out and figure out exactly what I want to do in the next year or the rest of my life and then leave my team. I wanted to do right by them. I wanted to do right by fans of Team Curse, and I wanted to allow them to find someone that can replace me and to try to be in the best position to take Worlds next year, because I love my teammates. Besides for my fans, the other thing that was really holding me back from taking a break was just my teammates. Like everyone on my team, I feel like I became really good friends with over the course of like the last year or so that we've been playing together, and I really want them to do well. Like we got so close this last season, and I have no doubt that they're going to be able to like take the scene by storm next season. So I really just wish the best of luck for them, and I hope that they can do well.
Sort of going back to the beginning of your answer, you had talked a lot about streaming and that you were going to be streaming every day and that kind of thing. Do you think that it is safe to say that, like, for the time being, you're more of a professional streamer, sort of similar like Trick2G, etc.?
Yeah, for now, because I still love League, I still love my fans, and I want to do right by them. I'm gonna definitely be putting a lot of time into streaming. I don't know exactly where that's gonna go or if that's something that I want to do in the long term, but for now, that's definitely what I enjoy doing and what I want to do, and that's where I see myself in the next few months.
How long? Because you've mentioned PAX a couple times, the 2-3 loss. How long has this sort of been going on in your mind?
Yeah, so after PAX, after our big defeat, it's definitely kind of came out a little bit from the back of my head, but it's something that I've been thinking about like for I would say maybe the past year. Like um it's just like it wasn't ever at the forefront of my thoughts. Like every day I woke up and played League and worked hard and tried to be the best and put in all the effort into improving. Like this is not something that was affecting me or anything like that. It was just kind of like a random thought in the back of my head. Like man, like where like what am I doing like after this season, like or the next season, like where is this all going? And like in the moment it's amazing. Like I'm playing League, it's a game I love, I have fans that cheer me on, and it's just an awesome experience. But at the end of the day, when you're sitting there at your desk after just being eliminated from something big and all the hard work you put in kind of feels like it's for naught. Like those are the times where you start to consider like, well, where am I going next with this? And it's definitely not something that I'm like. For example, if I didn't want to get in the competitive scene ever again or anything like that, I would have just said I'm retiring, guys. Like, thanks for everything. Like, I'll see you around. But I'm not done with the game. Like, I still think I am a top player and I can compete at the top level. But for now, I just kind of want to see what else I can do because I have a lot of dreams with my in life, and I want to do something bigger and more. And hopefully, I find out what that is and see where that goes. So.
Over the past 12 months or so, we've seen a lot of different people step down. In your case, it might only be temporary, but they all sort of talk a lot about like how sort of exhausting it can be, and there's been some discussion of that. I think fans are starting to kind of get an idea of like the fact that hanging out playing video games all day is maybe not what it sounds like, right? Do you think though that like Doublelift, even after their loss, said he wasn't sure if he was going to keep playing next year? Do you think that the lifespan of a pro player is about 3 to 4 years?
Um, I mean, by all accounts, that seems to be like the maximum length that most people keep playing. Um, Obviously there are exceptions to that rule. Like I think Dyrus and Doublelift seem to be going strong on their teams, and they're gonna keep playing for at least another split, it seems. So they're kind of surpassing it. But with every rule, there's gonna be outliers. I think that's a pretty generous guess. Like you see a lot of players, they'll get into the scene, they'll be in the LCS for a split or two, and then they'll just kind of disappear after that. And yeah, I mean the LCS and competing and trying to be the best is it's very exhausting. Like it's a lot of hard work. It's not just playing the game like for fun or in your free time and hanging out with a bunch of friends. Like it's a job. It's something that you have to put your heart and soul into. And every moment you have to be thinking about how to get better. Like what do I do? How am I innovating? Like what's this lane matchup? Like it's just something that consumes you. And if you're not putting everything into it, then you're gonna lose out to people that are. And it's a lot of hard work. And it's no surprise that some people get burned out or they just decide they're done with it after a while. In my case, it's not that I was burned out. I just want to try to, like I said, see what's next, and that's something that I'm gonna try to do. And I still love the game. I think with a lot of people, they treat it so much like a job, and they get consumed by just only winning. That if they can't get that, and if they're not the best, then they just burn out and they don't want to do anything. They don't want to have anything to do with the game anymore. But I think the most important thing to prevent a pro player or even just like a casual player from burning out is just to treat the game like a game. Like at the end of the day, you have to have fun with it. You have to enjoy what you're doing, and if it's not enjoyable, then it's not really worth putting your time into. And for me, like the game has always been enjoyable. Like there's a reason I played it for like the last 4 or 5 years. It's something that I love doing. Like discovering League of Legends and playing in the scene and stuff like that, it definitely changed my life for the better. And I'm always gonna be grateful for that and all of the fans that I've met along the way. But it's just something that you have to take with a grain of salt. Realize that there are like a lot of sacrifices to be made to being a pro player, and sometimes those will surpass like the benefits that people get from it. So.
During the past several years of my career in working in League of Legends esports, I've noticed that, especially in North America, and as there's this drive to keep up with the Eastern teams, there's even more like stuff where sponsors are coming in, more and more sponsors, and they want to create content, do more stuff. You got people like me trying to do interviews. The amount of time that a pro player has free time is just going down and down and down. the commitment that they have to make to the game and to the team and the organizations and their fans, etc., just continues to go up. Do you think that maybe somewhere along the line, like there's too much now for you guys, or do you think that that's just sort of the way it is going to be for pro players, and that's just a sacrifice they have to make?
Um, I definitely think that there's a lot on pro players' plates. Like, I've been in the scene for a long time. I've seen the good and the bad of it. And don't get me wrong, like, being a pro player is awesome. Like, it's a great experience. Like, Riot tries their best to make it as good as possible for the people competing, but it's a lot of work. And as the scene gets more professional and there's more people trying to get involved and more responsibilities, these are all not directly, but even sometimes indirectly being put on the pro players' plates. And like season one, look at it like the only thing that you had to do was compete at a LAN every few months, like, or season two or whatever. You just play the game, you practice your team, and then you show up and you try to win. Like when we got second at IEM Hanover, and I was MVP, and we were doing all these great things. Like for that event, we didn't practice that much. Like I would get home from school, I would do all my homework, and I would do my extracurriculars and stuff, and then I would just like play the game a little bit, try to scrim with our team like maybe once or twice a week, or rarely we would get that much time in, and that was pretty much the most time we put into the game. Now you have people practicing like scrims 8 hours a day, like an hour or two of meetings, like sponsor responsibilities. All this stuff is being put on the pros plates, and then obviously amongst all that, you want to solo queue as much as possible to work on your individual game and your individual performance and improvement and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of stuff that people have to take care of, and not everyone realizes that, but it's definitely like a big weight for the LCS players to carry.
Liquid from Curse tweeted yesterday, I believe it was, that he was also kind of surprised by the news, and it wasn't something that they had necessarily been expecting. When did you end up telling the team, and how do they end up taking it?
So I was nervous. Like I said, my teammates are my close friends, and I thought that they'd be hurt or mad at me or something like that. I don't know. I had a lot of thoughts going through my head, but when I ended up telling them, it was about the night that, like, I ended up posting my statement, like I think 1 a.m. in the morning or something like that. So it was like a few hours before that where I just sat down, I got everyone together, and I just told them, "Hey guys, this is how I'm feeling. Like, I want you guys to do well. I want you guys to succeed, and I wish you the best of luck in the future, but I can't play this next season." And they actually took it well. They understood where I was coming from, and they respected my decision, which I was really grateful for. And they also respected the fact that I was giving them like plenty of time to find someone to replace me and all that. Yeah, I think they appreciated it, and I really only wish the best for them. But this isn't something that, like, obviously whenever you're thinking about something big in life, you want to talk to like your close friends and try to get their input on it and stuff like that. Like whether it's a move or a new job or a big opportunity that you're about to pursue, like you want to talk to people that can help you. And for me, like my teammates were some of my closest friends, and normally I would talk to them about stuff that I was thinking about, but this decision wasn't something that I could really talk to them about, because like, for example, if I decided I did want to keep playing, I did want to compete for the next split or the next season, then telling them that, hey, I'm having these thoughts, like I don't know if this is what I want to do right now, that could possibly make them lose confidence in me. I could lose trust, and then like you just don't want that on the team. Like the best aspects, that best qualities to have in teammates is people that trust each other and respect each other and just are working towards the same goal. And if for some reason they thought that I wasn't working towards that goal, or I wasn't like 100% in, then that's not a good thing. And I wouldn't want that out of any of my teammates either. But if I decided to keep playing, I definitely would have put my all into it. But I made the decision recently to step down, so I think that they understand it, and they see where I'm coming from, and they just really want the best for me, and I want the best for them. And I hope to see them at Worlds next year, and I'll be there cheering them on.
We've seen other members of Curse step down in the past, St. Fish's, for instance, but still stay on the team and maybe even participate on their challenger team. Is there an opportunity or is there a chance that you will stay Curse Voyboy, or are you also going to be departing the team?
So as of right now, I am departing the team. I am going to be streaming under like myself, my own brand, and just seeing what opportunities may come my way through that venue. Like I said, I want to do something more. I don't know what it is right now, but maybe for next season, I'll build a team out of a bunch of players, and we'll enter the expansion tournament, and we'll take the LCS by storm, or something like that. I don't know. I haven't thought everything out yet, but that's just something that's a possibility, and we'll see if then that is like something that happens. But for now, I'm just gonna be like me, Voyboy. That's the kid. That's me. And Curse will continue doing their own thing very successfully. So I just wish them the best of luck in the future.
You're still staying at the Curse House at the moment. How long do you plan to stay there?
Well, so initially when I told the team, I was talking to my parents. I was ready to just move back uh, home to North Cal in Berkeley if I needed to. But when I told him, Steve said, "Hey man, like he was very very kind about it. He said, take as much time as you need, like figure everything out, and like there's no rush on our end for you to move out." So I'm thinking I'm just gonna obviously I don't want to stay in the house if I'm not directly involved with everything. So I'm gonna be trying to figure out like where I want to live and all that stuff in the near future. And very grateful that Steve allowed me to stay for the time being.
When you look at your other opportunities, your other possibilities of, maybe going back to medical school or going back to school and trying to get to medical school afterwards, what are the chances that you're going to do that? Is it like a coin flip right now if you continue to do like League of Legends stuff, or you go off and pursue the stuff from before?
Yeah. So right now, depending on what I can make of myself, because I still want to be involved in the league scene. I still want to be involved in esports for now. Like, it's something that I love doing, and the game itself is amazing. Like, my fans are pretty much what have got me to this point, what drive me forward each and every day. So I want to still make them proud. I want to still do a lot of good things for them. So I'm not planning on like piecing out anytime soon. But if I try my best to do that and I don't feel like it's really going anywhere and I still don't really want to compete again in the LCS, then I'll probably just go back to school and do what I wanted to do since I was a kid and when I was in high school until I discovered League of Legends and kind of got on I traversed on this path that has taken me to like wonderful places, but also has left me in this position where I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do.
For Curse, what do you think their chances are without you next season?
I think they are looking at a few options, and I definitely like. I once when I left the team, I was like, I think you guys have these options available. I think you should contact them and see where their minds are at, and I think they can get a suitable replacement. Like I said, I think that last split I was like a top four, top three mid in NA, and I know most people like a lot of critics and stuff like that might disagree, but I think I brought a lot to the team. I think I definitely have some shoes to fill, but I think that anyone that they find to replace me will be able to do a good job, and hopefully with time they'll build synergy and get to a point or even greater than what we had before. So I just wish them the best of luck.
Yeah, because taking your assertion that you are a top three in NA means that there's like, in order to beat you or get as good as you have to go find somebody who's like the top two, right?
Well, yeah, I mean that's just like my opinion and like my teammates' opinion. I'm not saying that that's necessarily the case or anything like that, but I definitely felt like I improved a lot as a mid laner last split, and I felt like I brought a lot to the team and I made a lot of plays and stuff like that. So I think that there was definitely a lot of stuff that I brought from a team setting, but I don't think that it's gonna be like I don't think that they're gonna be significantly weaker if they can get one of the people that they're thinking about.
I don't want to name any names out there, but I know there's been a lot of people who have left teams or decided that they didn't want to participate in the competitive side of stuff, and they say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to stream, or I'll still be around, or whatever," and then they just sort of slowly fade from relevancy. And every now and then, Reddit gets excited because they're like, "Oh my gosh, this person might be on an LCS team," or "Oh, this team should just pick up this guy," or something like that. Do you think there's a risk that that could happen to you?
No, I don't think so. Like, I think I am ambitious, I work hard, and I have a lot of dreams, and I want to make them happen. So I'm gonna do everything that I can to not have that happen. And if it does happen, well, whatever. Like that's life. Like you move on to the next thing. Like I'll go back to school. I'll pursue medical school, and I'll try to become a doctor. And it's a very different path, but it's something that I'm confident that I can do. And I'm just gonna make the best of what I have and what I can see myself doing. And if it doesn't work out, then that's whatever. You move on to the next opportunity. But I'm gonna do everything I can to do right by my fans and make my supporters and people proud. So hopefully I can do that.
Have you thought about launching like a 10-episode reality television show where it's called like What's Next for Voyboy, and you try out like different jobs in esports? So like maybe one week you're like trying out to be like the Shocks of North America at LCS, or like maybe another week you're trying out to be, I don't know, like a professional girl streamer or something like that. Any of those plans?
Not right now, but I think that's a pretty interesting show concept, and we'll see where that goes.
Maybe we'll work on it behind the scenes or something like that. I know that so much of this interview has been you saying like you want to thank your fans and all the people there, and you're still gonna be around and all that kind of thing. So I don't know if there's anything left that you might want to throw out there to anyone, but if you want to say any shout outs or thanks or tell anyone anything interesting, maybe even just have a conversation with the camera. This is now your chance.
Well, first of all, yeah, I mean, I want to thank my parents who supported me and believed in me on this journey. Like, for a Iranian kid with a lot of pressure and like a lot of family stuff on me, like I was the only child. Like my parents, they didn't have much throughout their life, and they always had really big dreams for me. And for me to just kind of venture off the path of success that I kind of had laid out in front of me, and to do this league and esports thing, it was something that I knew was really scary for them. But they supported me throughout the way. They were always watching my matches, and they always wanted me to do my best. And even on this kind of detour that I'm taking, I'm really grateful that they're still supporting me and they still want the best for me. So thank you so much, Maman and Baba. I love you guys, and I really appreciate it. Also, I thank my fans a lot, but I really can't thank you guys enough. Like, I wouldn't be anywhere that I am today without you guys, and I'm really appreciative of it. I know it was really hard to see me step down and say that I don't want to compete right now, because I know a lot of you look forward to my plays in the LCS and all that stuff each and every week. But I just want to ask you guys to understand and respect where I'm coming from, and I promise that I'll do right by you guys. Like, it's my number one motivation, and I really want to make you guys proud and happy. So I'm gonna try my best to work hard and do that in the next coming months and in the future. And just, yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I think that's it.
And your phone starts ringing right here at the end of the interview. That's perfect. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Final request from me. If you come back to competitive play after somebody really wants to hit you up. This is hilarious. It's probably another team offer. If you come back to competitive play after the split or after the next one, can you name change to Voyman? Because that would be so sick. Like, you go off into the wilderness, you rediscover yourself, and then you become Voyman.
Yeah, I'll definitely consider it. Thank you, Travis.
Anyway, Voyboy, thank you so much for the interview. Really good to get the insight, and I'm sure that your fans will be really happy to have a full understanding of what's going on with you. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports at allgamers.com.